friends, we're about ready to roll again. Sat here for a pretty decent amount of time, but ready to go. Why is this guy flying around the corner? When do we do 25 through a damn parking lot, JB Hunt? I have hood mirrors, so I'm able to. I could see that he was coming, but now there's no reason he should have been going that fast. So I don't really give a damn if he likes it or not that I cut out in front of him. You have no business going that fast through a parking lot. He was coming around the lot pretty damn fast. There's no reason for that at all. Generally accepted speed is 5, maybe 10 miles an hour at most, but he was going probably at least a good 15 to 20. It looked like coming up from behind. All right, got a car coming in the right lane, so I'm going to end up making a left, so, or no, looks like it'll be a right turn. Alright, his light turned red anyway. Anyway, we're on our way to Mississippi to pick up a reload. Not a very long distance to go with that one. Picks up in Mississippi and is going to Oklahoma. But doesn't matter. The important thing is it keeps me moving, and in fact it's a drop and hook pickup and a drop delivery too. So, or at least from what I was told. So it'll be ready for me as soon as I get there, from what I understand. Debating whether to go straight to the shipper tonight or shut it down somewhere else and then go pick it up in the morning. I don't like showing up to full truck stops, so I'd rather get to the get to an intermediate spot and shut down before the truck stops start getting too full, and then go pick it up early in the morning or during the day, whatever, tomorrow. And it's not due for pickup till 1600, 1700 tomorrow. Got a full tank of reefer fuel, but I'm going to wait till we get a little closer to get tractor fuel, since I get it for less the closer I get to Texas. I'm not going to actually make it to Texas, but in this particular case I'll just be heading across 10 over to Slidell, Louisiana. May even decide to shut down there, I don't know, or yeah, possibly even sooner. I don't know yet. And go pick up my load from wherever I shut down and then run it. On the other hand, I do prefer to run at night, So there is a possibility I will just go ahead and go pick up the load, because the load instruction did say, or the pre-plan did suggest that it was already ready for pickup. So I can always go pick up the load and then, let's see, well, I'll probably run out of hours anyway. I only have like just under 7 hours to work with. It is currently 14:38, so add in 7, that's 21. So yeah, I'll actually run out of hours before my shift runs out, and before my recaps roll in. Some of the effects of that hurricane that came through here. Was it Michael? There's plenty more in between here and I keep forgetting the name of that damn town where Highway 231 and 10 meet up, where I stopped for my last 10-hour break. Pretty strong rain, at least for a little bit, to get closer to Pensacola. Consider just staying behind this guy, because it looks like he can run at least as fast as me on the downhill and flat area, but every time there's an uphill, because he's loaded and I'm not, I tend to catch up with him. wait till the hills aren't that aren't very much here, so probably will just back it off and stay a little bit behind him. Does me no good to try to get in that back and forth battle with him. Just as easy to set my cruise a couple of miles an hour down for a little bit and watch him pull away, and then I can always go back to 70 once he's a more reasonable distance ahead of me. Now, with yesterday's 10-hour break, when I stopped over there, I know it's cool or cold something, whatever. It's where that town is. It's past Cottondale. That's what it is. That Cottondale is directly to the north of Panama City Beach and Mexico Beach area, and that's where the eye of Hurricane Michael hit. So this general vicinity here is definitely the hardest hit area, is more than likely. Signs of all the hurricane damage here. More trees down, and then also road signs all laying on the ground as well. Hurricane damage here. watching effect. Given the way that storm looks, even on the radar, I can't say it surprises me that there's a tornado watching effect. So there was a tornado warning earlier over by Oriole Beach, which is just on this side of Pensacola. Look at all this hurricane damage again. Looks like I got to go into the chicken coop or ag checkpoint, whatever. Way station closed, so why am I getting a red light on my pre-pass? I'm going to go to the way station if the sign says it's closed. Even there, they must have left the system on or something when they close it up. You can quit trying to hide behind me, car. I know you're there, but I can't see you. I can see your shadow, and that's it. And occasionally your rear view mirror. Nothing else. Lost a lot of its roof panels. Tells you how strong the winds are when a metal structure like that got bent over like that. They're going to be busy for quite some time just getting rid of all these downed trees. That doesn't even include all the rebuilding that needs to be done for structures or whatever else got destroyed. Close, dumbass. It's GMC pickup. Following too closely. And he's an insurance driver. Wow. So you sell insurance, but you're not smart enough to take lessons from what you guys claim, what you guys end up paying out a lot. Stay the hell off the back of other vehicles. This Jeep's an idiot. Squeezed in between this Pathfinder and what this red vehicle is here. Dodge Durango. Floodwaters here, and cotton fields on the other side of the interstate. interesting how all the trees look like they fell in this direction, even though the Gulf is to my left. I would have thought, if anything, especially this being the east side of the, or more like the central area now, but I would have thought it'd be more likely to have gotten blown to the north and not to the south. So I got 3603 going the other way. Blue Freightliner. There's a mobile home park, it looked like, over here on the right side, a mile or two back, that yeah, it didn't look like it was in the greatest shape there. I mean, some of the structures were still there, or built up, you know, the units were still there, but it's completely surrounded by felled trees. Basically over here, we're in the Mariana area. Alright, so tornado watches. Now, most of the time, if a tornado does touch down, it's going to travel from southwest to northeast direction. So as I'm going west, if I'm going to have to deal with a tornado at all, odds are pretty good that if one does happen that I have to be really concerned about, it'll be up here to my left side, anywhere between my, let's say, my 12 o'clock and my 9 o'clock position. Let's say the 9 o'clock, which is my left, and my 12 o'clock, which is directly in front of me. Also, when you have tornadoes, there's usually going to be hail also, and really intense rain in the general area. over to come around him, but a four-wheeler decided to go from behind me to the other lane. Back over for the car on the on-ramp. In effect until 7 p.m. local. Alabama includes 5 counties. Southeast Alabama, Coffee, Dale, Geneva, Henry, and Houston counties. I don't know what part of Alabama those are at though. Florida includes 7 counties in the Panhandle: Bay, Calhoun, Gulf Holmes, Jackson, and Walton, Washington. See administer a tornado watch, a warning for my county. I live in San Bernardino County, which is geographically the biggest county in the entire United States. And a fair amount of it's sparsely populated. Come on, go by me. Up, dude. According to radar data, it looks like we'll be getting into the heavy stuff before long. Doesn't look like it should last an incredibly long time though. can't make up his mind what speed he wants to drive. So I'm backing off, let this silver car go by real quick. Only takes a second. Thankfully they didn't hesitate, but a lot of these four-wheelers do hesitate and hang out right behind us, and I'm not surprised a lot of truckers will just say to hell with it and they'll cut off the cars regardless. Because we do get kind of tired of people hanging out like that. If you're gonna pass us, hurry up and do it. Don't hang out there right next to us and cut off our state routes. I like having the room to not have to worry about running into somebody. Maybe we blow a steer tire or lose control some other way, or maybe someone else causes us to need to take some kind of evasive action, and then you're just sitting there in the way and become a possible casualty of whatever we have to do or deal with. Into the thick stuff now, we're starting to. We're around a 107, almost a 106 mile marker. We're about an hour east of Pensacola area. My truck has super single drive tires, so it's going to make me more vulnerable to hydroplaning than a truck that has duals. So I tend to take it a little bit easy here. I'm not in any hurry, and there's no need for me to take needless risks. Rather be out in the wide open mostly like I am now, not dealing with other traffic. There's plenty of other traffic around. I'll just let the four-wheelers don't pass me. I don't care. They tend to be more likely to have spin-outs anyway. See, if I was going any faster, I'd be getting all bunched up in that group of cars and trucks that are up there in front of me. So I'm only doing about 60 right now. I expect to get into heavier rain pretty soon here. On the other side of, what is this place called? Fomax Springs or whatever the hell it's called. Yeah, between there and the Crestview area, it's probably going to get pretty heavy with the rainfall. If you want to be a million miler, you should take. Don't take stupid risks that don't need to be taken. I mean, it's a dangerous job as it is, but you keep your head on a swivel and be alert to everything and be very a defensive driver and try to stay away from everyone else as much as you can. You have a much better chance of reaching very notable milestones like that. I got a way to go for that myself, but as far as I know, I have at least 350,000 safe miles now, and I'd like to, definitely would like to reach that million without any kind of incidents. This guy's got a flat tire. Looks like I can pick it back up a little bit now. Weather planning, I have two apps I use on my phone. First one is the Weather Channel. And in fact, in lieu of using any kind of GPS, when I do expect weather, I'm more apt to have my phone pulled up, while it's in the holder here. I have the weather radar pulled up. And I can see what kind of rain or or snow or whatever other kind of precipitation I'm going to get along my path. I can also check for winds, what kind of wind speeds I can expect in certain areas. I find that the Weather Channel's radar data is very up to date and pretty accurate too. But since most storms tend to head a little bit toward the east, it isn't unusual where the last information I have on there might be a little bit further west than it really is when I pass through it. But before, it updates every, I think, 6 or so minutes. The other app I use is NOAA Weather Radar. That's more for, at least I use it more for weather alerts than anything else. So like, I'll be able to tell if there are, let's say, high wind warnings, tornado watches, tornado warnings, hurricane watches, hurricane warnings, freeze warnings, or anything along that line that might concern me about a particular area that I'm going through. The nice thing with that app too is that I get push notifications if I'm going through an area and there's an active alert. So all I have to do is swipe my notification bar down and I can see that there's a specific type of weather alert for a specific area that I'm going through. This area is definitely looking a lot better as far as the hurricane effects are concerned. I don't really see much for felled trees. I mean, they are here, but definitely not to the extent there were on the other side of where the eye went. This kind of confirms what another driver told me not too long ago, that the most damage from a hurricane usually is going to happen on the eastern flank of it. Truck here on the on-ramp. I'll leave extra room here. Not to mention the rain's starting to get pretty heavy. Also had a bit of a microburst there. Not too strong, but sudden bursts of wind and wet roads is not a good combination. Example why it pays to stay back a little bit. I really can't see much for anything around the other side of FedEx because all the water's spraying up. So the more I stay back, the more room I give myself to be able to react. Plus I got another truck following me. I don't want him to have to suddenly slam on his brakes or swerve to avoid me either. Now, I can see better now, but there's no sense in riding too close to people and putting myself at risk of having to make evasive maneuvers to avoid crashing into somebody. That's it. No need to be in any hurry at all. It's not going to kill me to slow down for a bit while I'm going through this storm, and then pick it back up after I get past getting drier conditions. weather radar, looks like there's more strong raids over there, kind of south of Mobile. The same ballpark where the Alabama-Florida border is, I guess. I will be stopping in the Pensacola area to get my trailer washed out, and then probably continue from there to, I would imagine, Slidell or somewhere in that ballpark. And just bed it down, and I can run the normal shifts I like to run. Signal, jackass. The hell kind of trucker doesn't signal their lane change? Passenger in the Mustang wanted me to hump my air horn. Why not? How do you do that? I'll fucking speed up after I'm in the middle of passing you. Me, I'm fucking hitting my brakes on your dumbass motherfucker. For that crap.